Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Standing Turtle. I'm Heoka. Heoka. Heoka hey. Heoka hey. I don't know how long I can handle these lights today. I got a pretty gnarly headache. I'm just gonna try and power on through. I'm gonna try and be a good trooper and have a talk about how I feel about things, because that's what standing turtles do. They just power on through. What are you gonna do? I hope this sounds okay. And if there's feedback, if anyone's out there, and if you're receiving my message loud and clear, that'd be bueno if you said so. I see green light on my connection, so I will just trust that things are okay. I just rubbed my eyes for a good couple minutes before I started this. Oh, that feels so good. You know who can't do that? You know who can't do that? People that have had LASIK, corrective surgery. People that have fixed their eyesight so they can see perfect. You know what they do when people do that? You're missing all your ability to see in frequency, all the stuff in between. You know how they say, they. You know how they say, you can't see microscopic things with the naked eye. And then turn around and say, those floaties in your eyes, those floaties that you see that kind of just like make it look like the atmosphere where everything's connected like gel, you know? If you look through your eye slights, you know, through the sun, you see these little shapes. Well, those are proteins, and that's you seeing microscopic things with your naked eye. So I never ever believed what they told me. What we're finding out is they've been making up a lot of stories. You know what's funny? A lot of the storylines that I see played out today, they're the same freaking shit, or like movies that my mom and stuff watched when I was a kid. She's about the same age as these control freaks that are shorting out right now. So I watched all the same shit that they watched. Bridge over River Kwai, The Green Beret, all those freaking John Wayne movies, you know, the good old cowboy. You know, coming in to make things right. Ain't nothing wrong with it before you came in and started making things right. And then, well, now the control freaks are out of control, and I know, I can feel the cognitive dissonance on the planet right now. I can feel it. I got to hang out with the cat. We got like 3 sessions about an hour and a half, or 2 sessions about an hour and a half today. But they were nice and long, and even Mom hung out this morning just with the tree looking at the birds, you know, and I hope people are just disconnecting from whatever story they're seeing on the interwebs, you know, and I have a feeling that people are not seeing a lot of the crap because of just like disruptions. Because Mercury's in retrograde, and if the message ain't supposed to get out, it ain't gonna. But if the message is supposed to get out, smooth sailing, y'all. A lot of people are in turmoil, and it's just not fun. And they don't realize that we're just like cell on a cellular, like on a very basic level. When you walk into a room like a boardroom or something, and tensions are really high, I was always the tech person. I was always the person having to climb under the table to make sure the freaking wireless phone worked. Everything's connected at some point. Anyway, so I always had to go in the beginning. You know, if you want to know what you look like, know what you're doing, test all this stuff before, you know. But sometimes you got to test during. But anyway, so. You know, you'd have to set up the bells and whistles, the pony show. How much money companies and government spend on the pony show is just really weird, man. It's weird because, you know, I get by on so little and I'm pretty happy. I called this talk the fixer. I heard Coldplay earlier. That Fixer song came on, and you know, I'm one of those. People, the controllers like to say things like codependent and people that love too much and stuff like that. You know, the too much crew. And I always was suspect about the people that were just not significant enough to get to be able to reach level, to get to be able to experience those motions and feel happy about it. I was always suspect about them. People, my whole life, people have always said, you think too much. And for every freaking person that has ever said that I thought too much, just know that in my head I'm thinking, well, why don't you think enough? Why do you think so little? With all the things and all the possibilities of all the ways that all the things could be, and people get stuck on fucking everybody wearing a mask because some people are gonna die, guess what, baby? Everybody dies. It's what you do with the dash. I ain't gonna wear a mask with my dash. I'll be one of the defiant ones. I'll be the one in history. No, look at, I knew this shit. I'll be the ones that is known for, I'm Heyoka. Whatever the mainstream says, I'm gonna go, fuck yeah. Y'all done. Yeah, it don't matter what it is. Because there's always different ways to think. There's always a better way to make the world. And I just have always thought it was laughable because these dudes that are in control watch fucking movies like and shows like Rockford Files, and you know, so they made the CIA, and it's just all this freaking bros club, and it's all for fun so they could play chess. It's chess. It's all chess. It's all pageantry. Elections. It's all political posturing. It's all pageantry. There is no left or right. There are no Dems, no Govs. It's a circle of greed, and they play both sides. And on the weekends, they hang out and have barbecues, and they laugh about how they get everybody to do their bidding. That, you know, when I was a little girl, we were so poor. We'd get food from like churches and shit sometimes, you know. And so food is like celebratory. Mom can live the same day, you know. She likes to go on adventures, but we aren't set up in the right place. When we move, we'll go on picnics and stuff like that. It's a little less populated where I'd like to go. Back home, my homeland. My homeland. It's where I became Heyoka. And then I went out in the world and lived in the big bag world and hung out with the swinging wieners and did all the bros club, you know. Because, you know, it's funny, people always underestimated me because they're like, what is she? They can never figure out what I am or what I'm going to do. What is she? I'm a light being. I'm a spiritual being. I live from my heart. That's what I am. I don't really think about consequences, and sometimes there's karma to be paid, and you know, sometimes I end up in the champagne room. I was telling that about that mom this morning. I was like, Mom, sometimes I end up in the champagne room. And she's like, what is that? She's like, what? I was like, it's a proverbial it's like the VIP room at strip clubs. Now, I'm bashful as hell. I'm a monogamous spirit. But I go along for things you know, and the night before I drove out to Omaha, Nebraska, my friends, we really did it up. And I went to a strip club in Sacramento. This is in 2000. And got kicked out. 86, because I got up on the stage and I was just dancing with them. Oh, we gotta go. I know you don't touch them. I wasn't touching her. I was just like participating. It doesn't say you can't, but evidently you shouldn't. You know, so when people recommend things, I never took recommendations to heart. I got a DUI on base at Offutt Air Force Base because I was really imbalanced. That was hard. That was a hard calibration for me. My energy was all over, so November 10th, my Scorpio moon, that every year Scorpio stuff, I get in trouble every year. Scorpio moon, Scorpio stuff happens. That Scorpio season, because my moon's in Scorpio, and I always like to dip into the dark side. My ego stuff, I like to, you know, So, got a DUI and had to do an ADAP program, alcohol drug awareness prevention treatment, something doohickey. They always put shit in acronyms and code. It's just bullshit. It's like a outpatient kind of thing. And I participated. Like they recommend that you don't drink. Oh, it's a recommendation. Well, they're not telling me not to, so I did. And then they're like, "You what?" And I'm like, "You're drinking during?" I'm like, "It's a recommendation." "No, you're not supposed to." "Well, then say don't do it." See, mine's my like me work like that. They're multifunctional. I can write backwards and forwards at the same time. Ambidextrous. Everybody is. See, that's the thing. I ain't gloating or talking about nothing, but because I'm always practicing, I'm always using different parts of my brain. Because different movements fire. That's next. I'm going to teach myself how to juggle. I'm looking for like the right juggling tool. So I got to give that some thought. I guess I could look online and find some bean bags or something. I thought maybe I got some pumpkins out of it, but they're not all the same weight. But ever since I was a little girl, I knew it was in me. It's in me. See, that's the thing, is we're born with these desires and these ways that our spirit is in line with being. And then we try it. And then that fits nice. Like I've tried so many things on fishing. I'm mechanically inclined. I'm a computer IT professional. I can fix my own truck. I just like, I'm an artist. I mean, there's just all these things I've tried on, all these aspects. And one of the reasons why I got to do that, I realized a long time ago that we have different characteristics, different aspects that we try on, and things that I've tried on before in the ego and the dark side, because I've had terrible things happen to me when I was a little girl and growing up because of the darkness of the ego and the shadows. And I just don't like splashing around the shallow end, so I focus more on the light stuff. I focus more on the lighthearted stuff, So while all these freaking meathead bros were watching fucking, fucking Top Gun and bullshit, I ended up in Age at Offit, and I supported the Flyboys. They're fucking assholes. See, ladies, and I listened to a lady, she is a numerologist lady, and she always, the police, there's a lot of good, yeah, there's a lot of good people in every paradigm, just like there's a lot of evil motherfuckers. The thing of it is that those people that have stayed silent, that those people that know, that's just them being them, and then allowed it. It's all those people that know who the freaking maniacal ones are and have allowed it to happen. You need to be held just as accountable for allowing it, because you're just doing your job as the people that are the culprits. That's the era of accountability, the level of accountability that people are stepping into, is because, like the dude that went ballistic with his t-shirt, "In control since 1776," or the bot or whatever, yeah. And look what you did and how you took over and what you took away from the people that are here. So, he's probably related to some of the people, the first colonists and all that, and maybe, the George Washington. He's such an honest man. The man wore slave dentures. He took the dentures out of men. Our African brothers and sisters, indigenous also to this land, we're all just a part of the planet. Nobody gets to borders. One day I see an earth without borders, and I see, hopefully, God willing, if people calm down their ego, the poles don't flip. But if they don't check themselves, the whole world, there will be hell to pay for the whole world, for them all to get their ego deflation. Because people aren't learning, they're not getting it. They're still living for themselves. They're not coming into that JC consciousness all the way, where there is plenty for everyone. Nobody should be without anything. Nobody should be without running water. Nobody should be without, you know, gas in the winter. Nobody should ever be without any of that stuff. It's the people at the top that came up with trickle down economics. They forgot to fucking trickle the shit down. They forgot to trickle it down. And then so line after year after, they take the same real estate people take the same properties, and it's just more and more, and it's just people are just getting eaten up with money, property, and prestige, and none of that stuff is even real. It's all a made up reindeer chess game for people to get people to spend money, and it's all for energy sucking. It's all to take all to create fear, perpetuate fear, and the sheep will just buy right into it. The people, I was just doing my job squad. I'm just, you look at all the evil, the low vibrational behavior, the wars, killing people. There's puddles of population of people, migrants in Europe still walking around. That hasn't changed. All those people that have been misplaced because old boys needed oil and fucking desecrate countries that are the size of like Indiana and fucking Illinois put together and shit. So it's for the spirit of democracy, and then they pay themselves 3 times as much to rebuild because they're contractors. And it's just, it's bullshit, dude. There's other ways that men can act like men at this point, I think. But they see these men are coming into the end of their lives, and they're like, oh shit, I was a fucking scoundrel, and there is karma, and I'm gonna have to meet my maker. So people are gonna be like, dude, whatever I can do to help. Because people are exponentially, every day, people are figuring out what energy and karma and stuff. What can I do to help? It's the Great Awakening. 2020, the year of clear vision. I've been waiting for this Great Awakening for 3 years since the great eclipse in 2017. I've been tracking this regular, and my account's pretty good because I go back. I mean, you go back and watch my videos the last 3 years, and they're definitely accurate. I talk about going back to grassroots and and getting better start stockpiling rice and stuff like that, and people are just like, oh, Margie lost her mind, she's crazy, and I'm like, no man, it's not looking favorable. But people just think, I'm right, I'm just not in the right time. I'm never in the right time because I'm Heyoka, I'm wonky, I'm always like a little late or a little ahead. I've never been in the right timeline. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. What is the pony show? What's the pony show? The pony show is politics. The pony show is military. Every branch of the military. The pony show is economics. The pony show is every idea that has been created to create separation. An idea of hierarchical thinking, that there's tiers of people and levels of advancements based on rank. Anything that takes away from the idea that we are all connected, anything at all that shit is the fucking pony show. All of it. It's all the fucking swinging wieners club. It's all dance, puppet dance. It's all wear a mask. It's all comply. Dude, all this shit, it was like in 1984, a book, all this stuff has been talked about forever because it's just a storyline. Either everybody's going to fall for something or people are going to start to stand for something. And the astrology keeps calling for people, soon they're going to start standing for shit. But first of all, they gotta fucking figure out who they are. Are you a Sith? Are you a for the light or for you for the dark? Where are you gonna? Who are you gonna? Are you for? You win it to win it. You win it for bitches and hoes and rolling in Benjamins and fucking all this shit and fucking, chasing sensations and looking for to put your parts in places for like 10 seconds of gratification because that's all you got it. I mean, that's all that 3D Earth shit. Or are people ready to act, like mature spiritual beings and not really care so much about all the fucking and chucking and all that stuff like that, and maybe take an hour that you would maybe, trying to get some sort of body buzz on and get quiet and meditate for an hour. Do things like that, instead of maybe drinking beer, maybe, boozing it up with your, getting low, removing your spirit intentionally, maybe go for a walk. There's people. See, that's the thing, is they're trying to literally create division where people can't touch, and that's what humanity's about. They're trying to take the control freaks, and I say freaks like frequency, the people of the no vibrational frequency, the people that were hurt when they were little kids and then never learned how to soothe themselves, so now they're taking it out on the whole world because they're scared, so they got to make everybody else around them scared, like little fucking, brown people can be act like white privilege too. It's a vibrational frequency. People get the color of our skin. We're just all shades of the same color spectrum. It's where the vibrational spirit, where your heart beats from. Are there people? Does your heart beat for everybody? Does your heart beat to just think of ideas to make the world a better place? Or are you legitimately just trying to think of ways to make a whole lot of fucking money so you can buy a Tesla and maybe, travel around and get the same fucking shot in Instagram that a bunch, that I've seen 1,000 times from all the fucking uncreative, rich, fucking trust fund little brats that are flying all over the world? That's why the world's shut down. Cosmos said, they ain't playing with their toys right, so I'm just going to take them all away. They can't act like spiritual beings, too many people forgot that they got a spirit. They're just like, chase. It's Babylon. It's Babylon. And as soon as people start thinking right and acting right, then the earth will change. This is every fear that is reflected in the external and the outside world with every experience. I kind of scroll through the rooters and MSN, just Facebook, social media, just to get a measure of where people are, and people are losing their goddamn minds. In the next few days, it ain't gonna get better. I mean, the energies are just gonna be intense. So people, that's the thing. It's like, just learn to get quiet, go within, and soothe yourself. Just soothe yourself right now. Yesterday I meditated 2 sessions. Today I did another 2 sessions. I spent outside, under the tree, grounding. And a whole lot going on in the world, These are the things that I can do to keep my energy field even keel. Because people can't fucking hold their shit, man. They can't. And there's a lot of people with guns. And that is a little, it makes it hard to not be nervous to go out when fucking so many people are packing and everybody's fucking twitchy fingers and you don't know and their trigger discipline is shit. I'm marksman. I miss expert by 1 in 16. And we shot, it was cold that fucking day. And that was cold. It was cold. People were like freezing and that was cold. Yep. Missed expert by 1. So I got my marksman's ribbon. It's good, because if I would have got expert, guess what? Hey, Marge, want to come shoot with us? I could have ended up a sniper killing fucking innocent people. I'm so glad I didn't. Seconds and inches. So I don't need to be perfect. Ain't nothing no 100%. And that's about all I got for now. I hope you have a right evening. Peace.